Good afternoon and welcome to Nokomis Regional High. Warriors are playing host to the Waterville Purple Panthers. Our men's team is on the road at Waterville today. Nokomis will start with a center kick. Nicola sends it up the left wing. Collision midfield's knocked down. Idle loses possession. Brittany Buber tries to kick it away. Players kind of collide, but Raphael's play on. Waterville, a perennial powerhouse in girls soccer, so the host Warriors will have their work cut out for them today. Ball kind of ping-pongs around by a few players. Brittany Buber comes out with it, trying to work it on the left. It's poked away from her by Ayers. Oh, we get a little broadcast competition. Tim Throckmorton from Channel 5 shows up. See, Pierre's crossing balls intercepted. Garling's ball chipped ahead. Punch on goal. Herrick comes out, and it's just wide. Waterville with an early opportunity. That's one of those from our angle. You can't tell initially if that's going in the corner of the net or not, so definitely a whew. But a nice job by Aaron Herrick to come out aggressively and cut down the angle. Ellis sends the ball up. Alyssa Ellis, big day for her. Ellis also, in addition to being a member of the soccer team, is the battalion commander for Nokomis JROTC. Just a very moving school-wide ceremony this morning in honor of National POW MIA Day. Ellis led the corps in a recognition or remembrance ceremony. Had some area veterans come and a wreath-laying ceremony. Really just a awesome moving ceremony. So if you weren't here to catch it, I believe it'll be on Warrior Broadcasting. For folks listening in on this on the cable access channel, you can also access all of our videos are uploaded online. You can just Google Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. They're on Vimeo, Vimeo. Annika Elias sends it in. It's poked back out. Elias still has it on the top corner. Elias tries to wheel and poke it in the far corner. It floats wide. This was the last opponent the Warriors faced at the end of last season. Nokomis traveled to Waterville for a quarterfinal playoff game, and Waterville, again, a top team and got the best of the Warriors, so we'll see what Nokomis can dial up today. Buber kind of breaks through a pack. Chips it ahead to Cooney. King trying to work it on the sideline. It's out of bounds off purple, so Nokomis will get the throw in. King trying to quickly connect with Robichaud. It's intercepted, but nice cut through by I think that was Small, trying to poke it through. But Waterville kind of putting a wall at the 50 and keeping it pinned in as they come out, and Herrick doing a nice job coming up to the top of the box to clean it up and avoid any shots on as Herrick boots it over the 50. Coach Todd Pelton in his second season had an opportunity to talk with Coach Pelton, and obviously knew be facing a top-ranked team here today, but feeling good about the progress of his young team. We've got a few veterans out there, but 4 freshmen into the starting lineup, so they're earning their stripes early here. Nice little give-and-go action, a little touch pass by Robichaud, can't squeak through. Again, that's what you saw from Waterville at home as Mackenzie St. Pierre just showcasing her skill on the ball. Buber does a nice job staying with her to block it down. Robichaud comes out with it. She kind of battles through, but it's back and forth action. Ball all the way through to Herrick. Ellis for Nokomis and Leclerc for Waterville battling in left. Leclerc crossing it in. It's poked out by DiNicola. Leclerc kind of pops it into the middle of the box. A little floater is headed out by Audrey Kimbo. Nokomis suffered a tough injury in their last contest. I believe they were on the road at MCI, and Ashley Connor went down with an injury. Not sure. I think it's potentially a season-ending injury, so a tough loss for Nokomis to lose not only Ashley's talented soccer play on the field, but you know, when you have a team with some younger players, you really value that senior leadership. So a foul on Nokomis gives Waterville a kick just outside the box in the top of the semicircle. So St. Pierre is going to take it. Nokomis defensively lining up with the wall. St. Pierre with a little floater to the left side is wide of the goal. Seven minutes into the first period, still no score, and that's a victory for Nokomis. And I think when you know you're playing a really tough team that's going to be a challenge, you want to break that down into smaller bits. I think one of the biggest pieces is you don't want to give up that early goal, so you keep it close along the way and hopefully sneak in some offensive opportunities. Crossing balls picked off by Megan Witten. Witten with some speed up the left side. Waterville punches it back up to the 50. Kind of glances off a Nokomis player, so it'll be a throw in for Waterville. So Nokomis saw a little ray of light up the left. These first few minutes, Waterville has had Nokomis kind of pinned in their own half of the field, but defensively doing a nice job, not really giving up any quality opportunities. Oh, big collision. I think that was Idle, and I think she was fouled. Actually, it's Candace Small. I think Witten with it, little chip pass, centering pass. Cooney can't connect, but it's a foul. So Nokomis with a free kick opportunity right at about the 20-yard line. So a good opportunity for Nokomis. Waterville will form their defensive wall as players set. Witten with a shot on, a one-hop bouncer right into the goalkeeper. So Nokomis gets a shot at it, and that's just the kind of game you want to play is kind of have it bend but don't break defense and then take advantage of opportunities. A long floater, and it's just over the crossbar. I think offensively, Waterville, with a number of talented offensive players, can really strike from quite a range on the field. You know, we saw that towards the end of last fall in that playoff game. Buber heads the ball down. Cooney loses the handle on it. Kind of leaves it for Robichaud. A little bit of miscommunication there. Ball's chipped into the middle. Ellis just battling. I think that's with Elias. And Alyssa Ellis doing a great job holding the ground. Elias, a tall, lanky, strong player, and Ellis said, no, not in my neighborhood. Not in my backyard. Really just a textbook body position to screen Elias away from getting off a quick shot. Elias really doesn't need a lot of room or time. Can unleash really quite a strike on goal. So nice defense on Nokomis' part. Quarter away through the first half, no score. And Waterville will pick up a corner kick there. I think Ellis was hoping that ball would just float over the end line, and it lost steam, and she realized if she didn't play it, Elias was going to come after it. So off the Warriors out of bounds. Elias will take the corner kick, floats it in just the near side of the goal. Small and Garling battle for it. Garling able to wheel and get a shot, deflects off Nokomis, so a second corner kick for the Purple Panthers. This ball's right about center of the goal cage. One hopper bounces off Ellis. Cadence Small, nice job working it out. Amanda King with some nice footwork on the right side. Cadence Small are doing a really nice job in the middle of the field, and that's a lot of pressure for a freshman to sort of be that quarterback at that point. And the official stops play. I think hard tackle on the Warriors will result in a free kick for Waterville. Yeah, I've been impressed with Small in the early going. She's not shy about tangling in the middle of the field and has delivered some nice passes. Nice little header redirected in the middle of the field. Ellis is there. Ellis and Martin kind of tag teaming it. Ellis crosses it over to the left. There's Small again, covering a lot of ground, trying to connect it out wide to, not sure who that is on the far wing. Robichaud picks it up in the middle, trying to chip it ahead to Cooney. Robichaud, a tough player, comes hard at the ball. Players collided at the knee. That's where you always get worried that one of them is going to come out with an injury. But both players seem fine. Elias chips it through the middle, trying to give a touch pass to lead somebody. No one there. Goes right through to Herrick. Herrick giving her teammates a chance to push up field. Sends it right up the middle off Cooney's header. And Waterville just kind of recollects and turns and heads right back in. Nokomis in the deep defensive end doing a really nice job clamping down on it. Ellis trying to poke it out. DiNicola there. Elias is right there to put it back into play. Low shot. Hits the post. Oh, Elias, a dangerous threat really anywhere inside the 25 yards and in. Just wheels and sends a low spinner that ricochets off the left post. I think I got the sun a little bit. Can't tell if that was Ellis or Martin. Kind of quickly cleared that over the end line. Gives Waterville a corner kick. Floater into the middle is headed out by DiNicola. Actually, it may have been Buber on the clear out wide. And Waterville, again, just kind of intercepting these passes and turning and heading right back in. So they haven't been tallying it, but Herrick is definitely in the double digits on touches in the early going. A gorgeous late summer, the last days of summer, gorgeous fall. It's not fall, it's still summer, but the weather is just beautiful out. Perfect day for a game. A little chip shot, turn and wheel, floats wide. So Waterville struggling a little bit to find the mark on goal. I think it's give credit to the Nokomis defense. They're not allowing a lot of room. So Waterville, although they've kept Nokomis pinned in the defensive end, really haven't had a clean shot at the goal yet. Ellis spins one out. King gets a foot on it. She's defending LeClaire and comes with it. And Robichaud just chips it way ahead. Off to the Waterville goalkeeper, who turns and sends it right back to midfield. Small knocks it down. Ellis cheating up, can't get it. Buber kicks it over, but it bounced straight back. Martin, another freshman for the Warriors, gets it over to Robichaud. Robichaud has some room in the wing. She's by one defender. Lily Foster, kind of a slick move, gets it away from Robichaud. Buber tracks it down. Buber gets kind of a little forearm chuck from behind. Deflects off Waterville out of bounds. King will take the throw in, and actually she'll defer to DiNicola. And DiNicola is amazing at throw-ins. She gets as much power on the throw as any female soccer player I've seen play here, whether they're on Nokomis or not. He really is an offensive threat there as Ellis tries to slice one, goes all the way through the middle through the goalkeeper. So Nokomis starting to crack into the Waterville defense. Big kick, kind of with some good top spin, just kind of kicks forward. Ellis punches it over the sideline. Elias working the end line. She's able to square it out. Ellis tries to get a play on it and kind of squirts, or it might have been Martin, kind of squirts under her. Oh, actually it was Buber, sorry, just with the sun kind of shining right on them. I can't quite see which player is which. Herrick right on top of it though, scoops it up, sends it the other way. Oh. One of the Waterville players trying to create a little space for herself. A little spin move by LeClaire, gets by Ellis. Crossing ball, but Ellis drops back into nice position. LeClaire kind of kicks it right over the end line. Defensively, again, Nokomis has been a bit under siege, but they're picking up and pressuring with some tight player-to-player defense, and the ball comes into the deep end. So the Waterville offensive set's not really been able to have a lot of tic-tac passes or get a clean shot off. Definitely have dominated in possession time in the early going, nearing the 20-minute mark in the first half. Still no score. Warriors looking to crack into the scoring column here in the early going this season. Off to an 0-3-1 start. This would surely be a big win for Nokomis as Waterville started off 3-1, sitting in third place in Class B North. So again, I'd say Coach Pelton's got to feel good about kind of a good, solid defensive start and not giving up the early goal, giving their team a chance to get into the rhythm. Nokomis, Witten has it. Witten has it on her foot. Just can't get the shot off. She kind of tumbles over the defender. Actually, it was Cooney. Small in the middle of the field, and just what you want Nokomis to do, see if they can spread the field a little bit, create some passing options. And Elias kind of with a forearm shiver to the back, sends Ellis to the turf. So Warriors will get the kick right shy of midfield. Low liner in. A couple of Warriors trying to battle for it. It's punched out wide. Buber hustling to keep it in bounds, steals it away. King's got it on the sideline. King with a nice little hesitation move, trying to chip it ahead to Robichaud, but Amanda King, another one of those freshmen who made their presence known early. Dina Cola with a throw in. She's able to float it in almost just like a corner kick right into the box. Nokomis can't connect. Cooney battles for it. Buber with the intercept, tries to dodge by. Gets it to Cooney. King with a nice tackle back, temporarily gets possession. Kicked away to her, but Dina Cola's right there in the middle. Again, that's where he's nice pickup by King, kind of gets tangled in her cleats, loses it. Ellis spins and chips it out to the sideline. A beautiful placement, at least to give King a chance to run onto it. Just kind of coast along the sideline. Elias with a nifty little spin move tries to center it. No one there to catch up with it for Waterville. Long shot in on goal. Herrick in great position. And that's, I think that was Garling just ripping one. That's definitely what we saw in Waterville last year, particularly with Garling and Elias. They're not shy about unleashing their shots. And they have the skill set to really put a hard shot on goal from that 25-yard range and in. So you can't sometimes think you're not expecting some players that they have the strength or the ability to strike from that distance. But Waterville definitely has players that can, and clearly Nokomis knows that because they've been playing some great player-to-player defense. Elias to St. Pierre, back to Elias. Elias working on the left. Ellis all over her. Now, great double team action with Elias and Martin. Actually, I think that was Martin with a great tight defense, and Buber in good position for a clean up. Brock with a throw-in, chipped away. Witten comes in, moves over to the right side, was on the left side earlier in the game. Give King a breather. Ellis kind of trying to find a teammate to pass to and keeps kind of popping it ahead, and then kind of little passes to herself and works it all the way over the 50. Warriors to this point putting in a gritty performance here. Ball's chipped ahead, the header. Not enough on it, a couple of bounces, and it's in on Herrick. Herrick will trot it to the top of the box. Tries to connect out wide to Witten. Witten kind of mistimes the header, lets it bounce. Maggie Brock for the Panthers opts to just Tries to boot up the sideline, but it slices off her foot, so Dina Cola will take the throw in right at the 50. Let's see what kind of yardage she can get on this. That's about a good 30-yard toss. I think she makes it look easy, but I challenge anybody to go out and try to toss a soccer ball over their head 30 yards. Weston floats it ahead, trying to connect the long ball with Elias. And again, Ellis right there. Martin, nice job dropping back in, trying to connect with Witten. Witten decides to head up the wing, and Martin says, "That's all right, I'll come get it." Warriors doing a really great job with their off-the-ball movement. And sometimes you see, particularly with younger teams, they sort of fall asleep and start ball watching. But players are really doing a nice job shifting off the ball, so they're in good position to kind of close down any of those offensive opportunities. Thomas with it right at midfield. Thomas looking to wheel and head up the left. Nice clean tackle takeaway by Waterville, but it's knocked down by Ellis. Ellis delivers it to Robichaud. Robichaud, small, kind of ping-ponging in the middle. It's deflected out wide. Warriors will get the throw in. Thomas will take it. Elias with the ball at about the 40. Trying to slip it through the defense to try to connect with Weston. Weston, another talented player, and beautiful defense by Buber. Buber and Ellis just had Weston sandwiched. Elias just with a great pass, sliding it through the defenders, and Weston able to get a foot on it. But Buber with a great tackle just directs it away over the end line. Be a corner kick for, well, actually a throw-in, even better. Got it over the sideline versus the end line. Elias on the end line. Ellis again in really great position to just kind of clean up the crossing pass and send it out of harm's way. Twelve and a half to go. First period, no score. Nokomis hosting the Waterville Purple Panthers. Defensively, Nokomis really has done a great job putting the clamps on this talented offensive team. Floating crossing ball. It's a high bouncer. It's a nice crossing ball, but just a little too much of that bounce, a little too high for anybody to handle. Ellis connects to Buber. Buber trying to get it out wide to Witten. I think Witten and Martin maybe not quite in sync. See, there's just a bit of hesitancy between the two of them as to which person should play it, you know, so we'll have to clean that up. Warriors send it over the 50, but again, Waterville are really stingy with the offensive opportunities. Herrick, a nice job coming out, beats Elias to the ball. Squirts off the side of Hallen's foot, slices out of bounds. Throw in for the Warriors. Ping pongs around players. Robichaud calling for it. Cooney with a pretty pass. Robichaud breaks through a couple of defenders. She tips it to her right. Oh! Nearly a golden opportunity for Robichaud. Drew able to just beat her by a step, and Elias with it looking to head the other way. Some coast-to-coast action. Elias trying to make a little shake-and-bake move. Dumps it off to St. Pierre. King moved over to the left side. Little chip shot into the box. Herrick scoops it up on a one-hopper. 9.5 to go. Still no score. First half. Nokomis says Sierra Robichaud, I think if she would have just had another half step, but would have had a crease to poke the ball in the corner of the net. Elias with some space on the right. Herrick comes out. Herrick with a sliding tackle. She's got it trapped between her legs. Elias, wisely just sort of standing there as that Herrick, not clear if Herrick actually had it trapped. I think Herrick might have taken a cleat in the thigh, but she's tough. Comes out with it. St. Pierre and Weston trying to connect on a little triangle passing. Ellis just bowls over Elias. And the official's going to call that. That's a dangerous spot to give up a kick. That's well within the range of a couple of Waterville players, and it looks like Elias is going to take that. Let's see if she tries to loft one just under the crossbar, or she tries a little misdirection pass. Tries a little line drive. That's wide of the goal. Buber battles for it. This way Elias with a little nifty move, trying to get by Ellis. Little chip shot wide. And Elias finally strikes the back of the net at 7:17. Kind of a nifty move at the top of the box, able to just chip it and catch the inside of the right corner to put Waterville on the board. Elias unassisted. I think that's a key next few minutes for Nokomis. Been playing very well, and to not, sort of have that letdown and give an opportunity. I think in most sports that are like this, that are low scoring, soccer, ice hockey, field hockey, it's a statistical fact that the probability of another goal being scored after goal, and it can be from either team that just scored or the other team, as Elias is breaking up the left side, turns and wheels, puts it on the right foot, trying to catch the right corner, floats it by the top shelf. So it's just sort of saying, sometimes when a team scores, it's common that one team has a letdown. Either the team that scores spends a little too much time celebrating and the other team strikes back quickly, or the team that scored upon maybe just has a letdown and is vulnerable to being scored on again. So Nokomis dodges a bullet there. Weston kind of carries it out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in Nokomis. Nice idea by the Warriors. Witten chips it ahead to Robichaud. Robichaud trying to get it over to Small. Martin gets it ahead to Cooney. Behringer changes fields. DiNicola's there to send it back up to the 50. It's knocked down by Waterville. A long pass through. Hear Herrick calling for it. A crowd of players right at the top of the box. Kind of shot squibs to the end line. Herrick comes out, reels it in. Avoids giving Waterville another corner kick. Witten runs under the bouncer, trying to get it off her head to keep it in bounds, and runs out of room. Subs coming in for both teams. Elias wheels and fires a long shot. If that's on goal, that's got potential to catch the top corner. DiNicola to throw in. Try to see if we can get a lucky bounce over that defender. See if the Warriors in the final 2 minutes can tie this up. Great opportunity for the Warriors with DiNicola's power on the throw-in. She can really transform this almost to be very corner kick-like. She's got the ability to loft this ball right in the center of the pack. It's blocked down. Someone's got a foot on it, breaks in, can't get it down. It's knocked down by Nokomis. Waterville able to punch it out. Hops over Kimball's head. Elias has got some room. 1-on-4. Nokomis, a great job hustling back defensively. Minute and a half to go. Garling with it out wide. Crossing ball. Not sure who that was for Waterville, able to just get a toe on it, but really I think it might have been Leclerc, just not enough on it to do any damage, so Herrick able to pick it up. Just over a minute remaining, first half action. Waterville with a late first half goal. Takes the lead. Elderkin out to Witten. St. Pierre, the senior forward for the Purple Panther, is able to just strip it away and wheel a spot-on pass to Elias. Herrick with a diving save. .30 left in the first half. Herrick sends it up to midfield. I think a Waterville player got caught with a little push in the action as players jockey for position on the header. So final seconds run down. That'll be it for the first half of action. Waterville 1, Nokomis 0. Back in for second half action. Chance for a quick check-in with Coach Pelton. Felt pleased with the defensive stand. I think that's just exactly kind of what you want for a game plan, is to keep it close and hopefully able to take advantage of the chances you get. See how Waterville breaks out second half. Elias on the left slides it in. Right at Herrick. And Annika Elias, it's hard not to appreciate her skill set. I sort of wish maybe she was wearing a different color uniform, maybe a little more on the red side than the purple side, so maybe a bit burgundy, but she's a very skilled player. Warriors foul, so it'll be a kick for Waterville. Low floater, and Ellis, actually Boober, doing a great job punching it away. Obviously, Waterville looking to get it to their star player whenever they can, and Nokomis fully aware of that, so with some tight defense. Paige St. Pierre with it just outside the box. Trying to float it to the opposite corner, drifts wide. Goal kick Nokomis. Nice crowd on hand. Both teams working the ball through. King trying to chip it over to Witten. DiNicola with a hard run on it. It's blocked down. Herrick has been busy this afternoon. It's all the way out to Robichaud. Robichaud trying to slide it through for Witten. Waterville defender decides to just bash it over the end line, so Nokomis will benefit with a corner kick. Kind of a bit of a curious play there. The Waterville defender had plenty of room, but I guess just didn't want to mess around with it. Let's see if Nokomis can make him pay. Warriors packing it right in front of the goalkeeper, Drew. Little floater just to the near post. Headed out. Behringer sprints out with it all the way over the 50. Catches up with Elias. Elias and Ellis. Again, Ellis doing a great job just slowing Elias down and not overcommitting defensively. Allowing her teammates to catch up and have a team attack. Ooh, close to handball in the box there by DiNicola. Came up and bounced off her forearm and elbow. Paige St. Pierre cuts into the middle, trying to slip it through. And again, nice defense by Buber. Buber and Ellis have had a great defensive game. Ball's over to Mackenzie St. Pierre. That's a tough goal there. Herrick just kind of on her knees, frustrated with herself. She was down low in great position, batted it down, but some spin on the ball made it a little hot to handle, and it just spun away from her hands and kicked into the back of the goal. 35-22 in the second period, and I think that was Mackenzie St. Pierre, just with a rocket from the left side. Doubles it up for Waterville. Panthers up, Purple Panthers up 2-0. Cooney blocks it down. King pressuring. I think that potentially could have been a white throw-in, but I think kind of a savvy play by the Waterville defender to just pick it up and go with it. Like King, the freshman, not sure. Nice little chip in. Cadence Shaw got in good position to kind of get a shot on. Didn't get a whole lot on it, but it right on Drew. Leclerc battling on the left side. Centered back in the middle. St. Pierre loses the handle on it. Warriors chip it ahead. Oh, ping pong action back and forth between the two teams. Herrick picks it up. Waterville player down, crossing ball, and it's into the back of the net. Waterville starting to get a little bit of separation. See if I can get the number of that player. We got the bright green cleats. She shouldn't be hard to track down. I can see a 2. I just can't get the number on that. So at 31-40, Waterville pushes this to a 3-goal lead. It's 3-zip. Waterville. And that looks like LeClaire got that goal. Nokomis with a nice crossing ball. I think that may have been Witten. Ellis clears it over the sideline. King with a nice little touch move. Crossing ball, floats it past the Waterville defense. Players give chase. Ball bounces all the way through to Drew. That's a nice through ball by Dina Cola to really kind of that high bouncing ball gives players a chance to run under it, kind of collapse on it. Pushing call on the Warriors will be a kick for Waterville. Waterville strikes twice here in the first 10 minutes of the second half to push their lead to a 3-0 lead on Nokomis. Long ball into the top of the box, headed down by Buber. Witten picks it up on the right. It's out to King. Nice sliding pass through to number 8. Oh, I think we're going to have a PK. It's a beautiful pass through to Paige St. Pierre. She was hit the turf pretty hard, kind of hit from behind. I believe I saw the official on the side signal for a penalty kick. And Elias licking her chops, happy to have a chance at this. See if Herrick can come up big. Shots away, and it's wide. Herrick, I think Herrick guessed right, too. Herrick jumped to her left. I think Elias sort of perhaps tried to guide that into that right corner instead of just striking at it. Kind of pulled her shirt up a bit. I think frustrated with her missed opportunity. King with a takeaway. Gets it to Robichaud. Robichaud kind of bats it right into legs Ayers. Waterville quickly turns and heads the other way. Herrick out at the top. Able to just get a hand on it. keep it away from the sprinting Waterville forward. Ball with some nice top spin, kind of drifts all the way back. Waterville clears it over the sideline, so Nokomis with a throw in, and Dina Cola will come up. Again, Dina Cola really an offensive weapon on these throw-ins. Dina Cola able to loft that right to the middle of the box. One hopper all the way through. Caden Small with a nice break on the ball. Robichaud chips it ahead. I think Nokomis had a bit better luck when, instead of trying that touch pass, a nice out wide ball. King gives chase. King and Witten. Nokomis had a little bit of luck with just kind of pooching the ball over the head of that last line of backs and sprinting on. Waterville's been able to shut down any of the player-to-player passes on those connections. Garland kind of complaining at the ref about the direction of throwing. I'm not sure what she's complaining about. It deflected right off her chest out of bounds. Maybe she thought she was pushed. Small with a nice little tip past one defender. Can't get by the next layer. Ping pongs over the 50. Robichaud with a nice little spin and chip out to the right wing. Tardif trying to track it down. Still plenty of time to go in this contest, 24.5, but Nokomis, I think really could, I think with a goal, could see if they could shift the momentum a bit and make it a 2-goal score. Buber and Elias. Buber, a nice defensive recovery. Elias just rips one. Looks like Nokomis has changed up the goalkeeper and adjust. I think my distance vision isn't what it used to be, and I just can't see who that is in goal for us. Pretty exciting as we're sitting here taking in this great soccer action just to the Nokomis end of the field through the tree line. You can see quite a bit of activity happening as they are starting the groundwork on our new school building project. So exciting to see just what they've gotten done in the first couple of days. A lot of ground clearing, fill in. It's just going to be really exciting over these next 2 years to watch this new school rise up here on the Williams Road. Robichaud and King backtrack for it. King effectively using some backspace, drops it for Dina Cola. A little give and go action. Ball's over the sideline. Nicola lofts it in. Small with the header. Rubber Show gets a foot on it. It's blocked back. Thomas tracks it down. Buber with a nice interception. It's a pass out to Thomas. Thomas wheels and heads upfield. Thomas with speed up the right. Poked away from her. Ellis trying to clear it over the sideline and not quite enough on it, but stays with it. Kind of outruns two Waterville players. A nice hustle by Alyssa Ellis. She's put in great defensive effort today. Nokomis, really the entire Nokomis defense. Ellis, Martin, Buber, even Aaron Herrick, a bit frustrated as the shots on goal. Trickles by the goalkeep. So Waterville will add to their lead. Just about at the midway point of the second half, it's 4-0 Waterville. Nicola with a big throw over midfield. King blocks it down with a body. Loses control of it out of bounds. Nicola chips it ahead. Again, I like kind of that high ball. Gives Nokomis a chance to cut onto it. Waterville defensively hasn't been tested a whole lot, but when Nokomis has gotten down there, they've had some opportunities. Not sure what happened down there. Behringer on the turf. Slow to get up. I think maybe we've got some blood, as the official says, stop the clock. So 19:36. I think it'll be a call to our trainer, Mr. Kreider. I think the official's going to say, hold on, got to wait until I blow my whistle to signal play. Mackenzie St. Pierre, senior forward. Just a great pass, puts it right on the foot of Elias. Elias tries a little back pass, able to transition it over to a teammate. Elias taking from the left, working to the middle, a little drop pass. Long ball sent in. One hopper is snagged by our goalkeeper. That's a nice boot over to midfield. Oh, nice through ball. That's a beautiful 1-2 pass combination, really. Goalkeeper kind of no man land as Emmy Air puts that in the back of the net for the 5th goal for Waterville. 17:59 remaining, and I think Waterville starting to put this game out of reach for Nokomis. Tell this Waterville team's played a lot of soccer. Really, you can see the chemistry when they're making passes. They're really right on, spot on the foot, of perfectly leading teammates. Really nice, just spreading the field well and seeing the passing angles. It certainly helps when you've got a weapon on your team like Elias, who number one can score from really either side of the goal, off either foot. You know, from 25 to 30 yards in. She's going to draw a lot of attention, so if she's not doing the damage, it probably means when you're double teaming her, she's got a teammate who's wide open, and she's got that field awareness of where to look for him. So, like I said, it's not fun to have her playing against you, but she's a fun player to watch. Again, a nice work. You see some of these young Nokomis players, these freshmen really starting to gel with the upperclassmen and doing some nice things, some nice combination passes. I actually think Robichaud is going to get a card, and I think she's earned that. That's fair. I think a little combination of what I call fatigue and frustration. She's had a couple of pushes at I Spy, so I think sometimes that happens. You get a little tired and you're not in as much control, and you crash into people out of control or just extend that arm. So it's a good call by the official. Ellis will take the kick. One hopper in, a good strike by Ellis. It's always good to see familiar faces on the sideline. Yeah, exactly. So good to see a good old friend. Yes, I have. Yeah, yeah. I've been a warrior for a while now. Thanks for letting me have a little time out, catch up with an old colleague and friend. I think it's one of the kind of nice things for folks in the area to come out. I think each year as we get a new crew of freshmen in, they bring back parents who are alumni and grandparents, former parents you remember working with their child. So a great week, and next week is homecoming week for Nokomis. So all our teams will be at home in action. And since we are celebrating the 50th year of Nokomis, this will be our 50th graduating class this spring. I really give a warm welcome to folks to make it out to contests. We're hosting really anytime, but next week in particular, I'd love to see some alumni come out. Make sure you check in and say hello and give the update. Robichaux's completed her timeout for the card. Ellis kind of slides off her foot, but goes right over to Elderkin. Elderkin lays it out nicely for King. King trying to tap it over to Robichaux. Robichaux gives it back to King again. Warriors are really showing signs of doing some nice things together. They just need to continue to, build that chemistry and cohesion as a unit. And for the first 40 minutes, really battled well with this talented Waterville team. Martin's clearing pass kind of dangerously blocked down. She does a nice job to recover and send it over the sideline. 12.5 to go in regulation. Waterville in the driver's seat on this one with a 5-0 lead. 4 second-half goals. What had been a tight game in the first half got cracked open early with a St. Pierre goal at 35-22 and followed up a little under 4 minutes later by LeClaire. And then Waterville able to tack 2 more goals on to really put a separation. Ball kind of squirts off the side of the leg of Hallen over the sideline. Waterville's on a switch out goalkeep. So Alyssa Drew secured a shutout to this point in the game. Alyssa had a couple of tough shots on. Other than that, kind of directing traffic as J.C. Richard, freshman, gets into the varsity game for Waterville. Gina Cole, a nice crossing ball into the middle. Cooney with a nice takeaway. Little floater. That's a nice offer by King. Put a nice shot. Tess, new goalkeeper Richard Early, put a nice floater up towards the top shelf of the right. Boober with a nice takeaway. Just to create a little space. Nice little drop pass over to Witten. Actually, it was Cooney. Feel bad. I called Maya Cooney. I think Megan Witten about 5 times today. Waterville working on the left side. Crossing ball comes through the middle. Kind of squirts in on the goal keep. Scoops it up. Witten sprints on. Cleared away from her just before she can get to it. Just under 8 minutes remaining in regulation. Through ball, players give chase. Boober with the good wheels tracks it down, turns, and chips it over the sideline, right to the Waterville bench. Chitwood with a nice crossing ball. Oop. I like that, Bart. The freshman, she's not afraid to body up on the ball and hold her ground. She's done a nice job. Fresh crew of players in for Nokomis. Through ball all the way in on the goaltender. Ooh, dangerous by King. Gets her foot right up in the face of Poole, so Waterville will get the kick. 4.5 to go. I think Nokomis still going to be searching for their first victory on the season, as this one is probably going to go in the books to Waterville. Oh, dangerous crossing clear. Trying to just cross all the way through the other side and deflect it off Ellis. Not only nearly a handball, almost ricocheted off Ellis's head into the goal. Ido trying to connect with it in the wing. Boober again, you see kind of players, Boober just drilled it into the back of Eldekin's heels. Amanda King with a nice little breakout move, flies up the left wing. Whoa, she just gets chucked off the ball, but Poole loses her footing, and King's had a couple of good shots on here in the late going. Again, some promise on this Nokomis lineup. Just giving a quick count. There are 12 sophomores and freshmen and sophomores, with I think 9 of them freshmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 freshmen on this varsity roster. Ayers takes it all the way up the right. Crossing ball deflected over the end line. I think that's going to be a corner kick. Smith will put it into play for Waterville. Players are set in the box. A high floater all the way through. Oh, and nice. Great play by the goalkeeper. It looked like it had gotten behind her, and she must be a basketball player too. Showed some great hands, just batting it down and sort of dribbles it a bit on the goal line to get her body in position to grab that from going over. A great defensive play. Kimbo kind of jostling for position. Claire falls down, so Claire will have the kick off to the right. Ellis sends it up to the 50. Like Ellis, I like the little cheat up the sideline on a throw-in. I think she helped herself to about 15 yards. Chitwood trying to wheel with it in the middle. There's Ellis again, chips it ahead. Under a minute to go. Bragg hustling back for it. So my guess is, I'm not sure how right my guess is, I think that might be Mackenzie Elderkin in goal. I just can't see. There's our final horn. That's going to close out regulation today. So Warriors fall to a tough Waterville team, 5-zip. But been a great afternoon of soccer this afternoon in a tough fought battle by Nokomis, so that'll close out our broadcast for today. Thank you for watching Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. Hey, thanks. Good to see you.